This is art for sure. This was a very tedious process. We have a green roof, which you could kind of just see a little bit up there. You can see some of the plants. People always wonder why there's plants on a roof. It's part of the conservation green-mindedness. That rock right there was 47,000 pounds. It took two big machines to set that rock into place. Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. All right, there is the dream. There is Aqualand. Oh, and there's Astrid. There's the gardener out there taking care of Aqualand. So when you own the place, you make your own driveway. Free calming sounds of water. Astrid doesn't even notice me. That's our gardener. So there's the front entrance to Aqualand. I'm gonna do a little vlog here. There's my old Ranger that she uses, the gardening lady. And there is the front waterfalls at Aqualand. I'm gonna come show you that in a second. I am out showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle, including today, how Aqualand and everybody that works at Aqualand lives the aquascape lifestyle. So Aqualand is my corporate headquarters. I am Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the pond guy, not at the Pond Professor, even though I'm driving the YouTube van with Ed the Pond Professor. Everyone says, oh, why is Greg Wittstock not on here? And I go, I am. So there's the Team Aquascape guys. There's the Team Aquascape. And I'm right there. So there's me, I'm on the top. So if we do a drone, we could see it. And Doug, we were at your house this morning, vlogging your pond, which you have a beautiful pond, and now I'm vlogging Aqualand. This is the retention pond, and check this out. So this pond I built in 2008 at the front of our building, and lots of cool fish that I've collected over the years. This is the outside retail area. You could see the leaves on the flowers, and the lily pads are just starting to turn a little bit because it's September. I have no idea when this vlog is going to come out, but look at how gorgeous this is. This is 3.5, 4 feet deep on this side. So this is the Monet water lily side. The other side is the rec pond side. I'll show you in a second. Every single tree, every single plant we planted here. This was just a swale up here as a retention area. We have a green roof, which you could kind of just see a little bit up there. You can see some of the plants. People always wonder why there's plants on a roof. It's part of the conservation green-mindedness. So they're changing colors, all of the grasses. When we built that, it was the world's largest sloping green roof. But this is just so beautiful. We're trying to inspire people to live the aquascape lifestyle. And talk about inspiration. I'm gonna follow Doug over here, who's doing his standard maintenance routes. When people turn the corner coming up Aqualand, this is what they are greeted with. Are you kidding me? Niagara Falls at the front of our building. Just completely gorgeous. Big hibiscus in there. This is all filled underneath here with aqua blocks. I think it's a 30,000 gallon reservoir down here for this 600-foot long pond. He's replacing the swan that floated downstream there. But beautiful blooming iris every spring. Got some purple loosestrife. That's an invasive plant, but I think it looks kind of nice. Some phragmites that have also grown in here. So when it rains hard, the water will actually come up here. That's why we have gravel up here. It'll actually come across this and go into the retention pond over here. Here's Astrid doing some pruning in the landscaping up in the front. So that's the Dupage Airport. It's the 3rd largest airport in Illinois. So everybody that comes in the front sees this when they're driving by on the road, and all the visitors to Aqualand get greeted by the front water feature here. So this is really native. I mean, we really pretty much don't do much here at all. This is the wetland filter. So how do you keep the water super clear? You have a big wetland filter. So this entire area right in here that I think Astrid is getting rid of the phragmites. It took over too much. It's a very invasive plant. You can see right here the water's coming up a little bit through that snorkel, but all of these little holes, this is where the water filters up and goes back in the pond. And we have two. We have a wetland on this side and a wetland on the other, even though the ponds are connected. So I think she's going to replant that with various wetland plants. And then of course that side is the piece de resistance. That's the rec pond side that we can swim in. But look at just how natural this is. Cattails, ducks always come. It's just nature in an industrial park. Believe it or not, this is an industrial park. What you can do with water is just incredible. Look at those ducks just chilling out, koi swimming behind them, and they come and they go seasonally. We try to keep the fake swans to kind of scare away the Canadian geese that come in, but they're not super effective. The Canadian geese ironically get born up on the roof. Every year we have to pull some down because even though we don't like them in our pond, we still support wildlife. Anyway, just super natural, super wild. We got some beautiful stacked slate urns over there at the front, but everybody in the office walks by and this is the view that they get to see looking out. Industrial park. You would never guess this is an industrial park. Walk here past the pine trees. These are giant boulders. Every one of these rocks was brought in from the Ozarks. So this is big limestone rock ledges that we just kind of counterbalanced on here. Like I said, these two ponds are connected, but look at the water quality that you get with wetland filtration. You know, it's just incredible. And then we walk up here. I really love these stepping areas that we designed and put in. So this entire pond is one pond, but it was all built as part of Build a Pond Days for Pondemonium 2008. So it was the world's most extreme pond build. I'll put a link to how this thing was created, but this is about a 600,000 gallon water feature that's in the front of Aqualand right now. This pond over here is 10.5 feet deep. I've got an underwater cave in here that I can swim through. See, when I start stepping here, the fish kind of hear that sound and they start coming over looking to be fed. There's Flipper. There's my second biggest koi up here. I got that koi from Grand Aquarium. I'll put a link to that video of picking up Flipper and Shamu, the biggest koi that's out here. And there's Shamu. I can see Shamu. I think Ed's gonna pull these guys in the winter. I think he's gonna shoot a video of us seining this front pond because those guys have never spent a winter. It's a little windy, so you can't really see him, but that is Shamu right there. So this was a very impromptu vlog. I was not planning on vlogging the front of Aqualand, but then I realized I'm gone for the next 2 weeks, and by the time I come back, it'll be the end of the season. You can see the plants are already starting to change. So this is right outside my office. I got my surfboard. I got my mask out here from this weekend that I was out. I think my door should probably be locked. Yep, I'm locked out of my own office. Oh well. I'll walk around. And this is the view I get every day that I want to sit and make phone calls back here. The fish now are starting to swarm around because they're used to me feeding them here. They're just as active as can be. These fish are constantly getting added to with people getting us new fish. But I mean, I could probably put triple the amount of fish in here because this is, you know, like I said, so big. Beautiful waterfalls on this side. Beach area that was new. I actually have a video. I'm gonna put all the links to these videos, the building of this, the maintaining of this below, so you can see what a giant recreation pond looks like at Aqualand and what it's like to take care of. But it is just a pleasure. It's almost lunchtime, but in probably about another 30 minutes or so, there'll be teammates out here on this patio in the shade. Perfect day. In fact, I'm gonna actually sit out here with one of my friends that's coming in for lunch today with some baby turtles. But this is the outside patio. This is actually, this whole thing is a rainwater harvesting system, believe it or not. We have a irrigation pump that we can actually water off of here. So this bubbling fountain, which is right there, is the tie-in to what's going on beneath here, which is our aqua blocks and everything else. I think 8,000 gallons underground. You wouldn't be able to know that if it wasn't for that little decorative piece right on the top that kind of says that there's something else going on here. So all the water that goes in here basically stay in the tanks, and then we can water the plants off of it. And kind of the coolest thing, I think one of the coolest things, is what's behind that waterfall. I'll show you in a minute, but here's the beach area. We're always changing things. I think what we want to do is we want to, you can see the patio isn't the best here. We want to take out this patio and maybe come in here with the beach, like a little area where it comes into the patio. Late fall, winter, we'll be doing that. Always got some evolution. But look at that waterfall. That rock right there was 47,000 pounds. It took 2 big machines to set that rock into place, with about 300 people gathered all over here just in awe watching that. Just to give you a perspective, that rock came on one trailer. A trailer holds 50,000 pounds. That rock was 47,000 pounds from the Ozark. Kind of a sandstone limestone blend. I think that rock was like 38,000 pounds. Those are the 2 frame rocks that sit on either side. And if you walk with me, I think this is just gorgeous. I love doing this. It's just like another world when you walk back in here. This little pathway that leads to the only grotto in the area for sure. And what's crazy is this is all man-made. So we had certified Aquascape contractors that chiseled away forever, putting all of these rocks into place. Just look at how cool that is. This is art for sure. This was a very tedious process, and look at what it looks like behind. We are behind the waterfalls right now. How cool is that? In the wintertime, this just becomes, I have a little bit of drip here that I actually drilled holes in the concrete. This is just concrete. We made it look like with the lighting in it, like a mine shaft, and then it just becomes ice. This whole thing becomes ice, and it's like Narnia in here. It's never boring at Aqualand. There's always something to see. I definitely wanted to show you how we support and live the aquascape lifestyle at Aquascape with our signature pond that we have up in the front that has been going since 2008. So here's where all the water comes from. It gets recirculated from that 30,000 gallon catch basin down there. And look at that view. That's my upper part of my office. That's my executive boardroom. That's the lower part. And this is the view that I get to see. It's just terrific. Definitely could say I love my job when I have a place like this to come to when I'm in town. Look at how cool this is. You can just see how much volume is pumped through these pumps. I don't even know exactly how big these pumps are right now, but let's look at that. Once again, this is not in the middle of the Ozarks in Missouri or Colorado Rockies. This is an industrial park in St. Charles, Illinois, the water garden capital of the world. Look at that roaring river. Every view is different. Look at how cool this is. We have this peninsula rock, waterfall off the side. This waterfall actually flows backwards here. And this is the way to the jump rock. We're only 10 or 12 feet up, but right here you can jump down into that 10.5 foot water right there. I'm the only person ever done this. Well, first of all, that's where I set the Guinness Book of World Records for the underwater bench press contest. That's pretty fun. I told my kids I was going to do it and set a goal, and then I did it. Since been broken, but I will always be able to say that I set a Guinness Book of World Records for weightlifting underwater. So fun. So anyway, I can jump off of this rock, swim through the underwater cave, and then touch that rock over there. It's mind over matter. You just gotta relax and do it. And most people can't relax when they're swimming underwater holding their breath. That was my golden that we lost 2 years ago. And like somebody said, Buckeye was an industry icon. Love Willow, but miss Buckeye, that's for sure. Beautiful, hardy water lily. I get hundreds of blooms, especially in the middle of the summer. It's the end of the season now. You can see the wetland. What's cool is this is what a filtration system is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be natural. This is the way God intended it, nature intended it. Look at this thickness, because these plants just grow so full in a wetland. That's why we had to cut the phragmites back, which became invasive. But folks, this is the filter system. These cypress knees, look at how cool that is. I mean, that's all of these trees. I mean, their roots are just, this is just how nature filters something. They pull a lot of water out of here, but it's great for growth. And you can plant them right into that, look at that. Right in the wetland filter, there's a bald cypress plant just planted right there. I don't understand why anybody in the world would not want a filter system for your pond that keeps water this clear, that looks like this. That is the filter. So for everybody that has koi filters, bead filters, hey, I'm telling you, water flowing in through the roots of wetland filter plants, up through 2 feet of gravel, through snorkels and centipedes. You tell me how you can beat it. I clean this out once a year. Once a year, every spring, we do it. I cannot help but wonder why anybody would not want to work with Mother Nature and not against her and keep it simple, because this is the kind of results you can do with an Aquascape ecosystem water feature. And trust me, if we can filter a 600,000 gallon pond like this, we could filter a backyard pond. So my goal with everything that I focus on my channel is to inspire people to live the aquascape lifestyle. This is about as big as you can get, but hey, if you got a little 8x11 backyard pond, it's the same biology that's going on in the lake like this. The bigger the water feature, the easier it is to maintain, because it works more with Mother Nature. If you don't have right now a copy of our coffee table book, check out the link below for our coffee table book. It is the perfect way to have something 365 days a year sitting on your coffee table to give you inspiration, because a water feature is never done. I was just talking about the beach area over there. I just can't wait to, you know, know, keep tweaking and adding on, and new plants. I got a new idea for some tropical lilies next year. Literally, this is what I come to whenever I'm in the office, and I don't care what the weather is like. I'm always, at least even in the middle of winter, looking outside and seeing what's going on with nature, with the birds and fish hibernating in the winter. And this is how I live the Aquascape lifestyle at the office. Hopefully you're inspired by these vlogs and enjoy them. And if you do, like, comment, subscribe, and share them so more people can see what living the Aquascape lifestyle is all about. I love, as you can see, my job.